We woke up bright and early for our first stop, one of the hottest and driest places in China, famous for its underground water system. Built over 2,000 years ago, underground channels were dug by hand to bring the meltwater from the mountains to the desert basin. The tunnels stretch for thousands of kilometers, and many are still in use today.
今天足有40度以上，地表温度可能有80几度。我们来到了交河古城。
Not far from here are the Jiaohe ruins, the remains of an ancient city carved directly into a natural island between two rivers. Once part of the Silk Road, it's one of the oldest and best preserved earthen cities in the world. What makes it so unique is that the entire city was built from earth. At its peak, tens of thousands of people lived here. The structures are somehow still standing. You can still see the outlines of homes, courtyards, and temples, traces of a city that once held life. It's like the shadows of the past are still here. Lunch was at a local restaurant featuring Uyghur polo, which is slow-cooked lamb, carrots, and rice, as well as hand-pulled noodles, although the sauce they added to it were looking progressively more questionable. It was still delicious though.
大家好，我是叫尤兰达，我是代表我们王家，就是我爸妈，还有我妹妹，来发言。这是我第一次来新疆，我刚从加拿大大学毕业，就是留学回来放个假，所以就是我妈妈说我们还要再去新疆一次，这次来这边。
After surviving that social awkwardness, we recharged and then went off to bed at our new hotel. Because Xinjiang was so vast, we stayed at a different place every day on our journey. Thankfully, we traveled with an agency which is highly recommended, especially if it's your first time visiting this massive territory, and driving 8 hours a day by yourself with the risk of getting lost on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere is not ideal.
Hello. Hello.
We made our way into Bayanbulak Grassland, a vast alpine plain in the heart of the snow-capped Tian Shan Mountains, the giants that separate northern Xinjiang from the southern. At over 2,400 meters above sea level, it's home to wetlands, lakes, and endless skies. The name Bayanbulak means rich spring in Mongolian. It's also known for its population of swans, the only natural swan habitat in China. But my sister and I were most looking forward to a slightly different activity. This area is deeply connected to the Kazakh and a Mongolian herding culture. We rode horses up the mountain to see the winding rivers. The Mongolian horsemen are so friendly and laid back. When I said I knew how to ride, they just let me take off on my own. A little bit too fast. My horse was enjoying himself slightly too much and would not stop running no matter how hard I pulled, and I thought I was going to fall off while freaking everyone out around me. It was pretty dangerous. I swerved and almost crashed into a bunch of people. The thrill was insane though. It was almost addictive, but it was also my first time cantering ever, so it was definitely not the safest move. Thankfully, I survived to see the sunset. The next day, we grabbed a quick bite at a food market and then set off through Xinyuan County. We arrived at Nalati Scenic Area, where we took a long, windy bus trip to the top of the mountain, on which my poor little sister got car sick. But she cheered right up when we got to cuddle the cutest little baby lambs. We played with them for like 30 minutes, taking a million photos and videos because they were just so mellow and adorable.
These highways won't embrace me like you can.
Nalati Grassland is one of the most famous alpine meadows in Xinjiang. Surrounded by the Tian Shan Mountains, it stretches endlessly under the open sky. Green hills, rivers, and pine-covered slopes as far as you can see. The name Nalati means the place where the sun first shines in Kazakh, and the area has long been home to Kazakh nomads. During the summer, their yurts would be set up across the hillsides, and herds of horses and sheep move freely across the plains.
他们真的好热情。
我们是才搬过来，不是每天都在这里生活。这里是大建这个毡房是给游客参观的。
你看这个瓜，好像仙人掌长在那个花盆里 ，so cute。
终于吃到手抓羊肉了，Happy。我们吃的意犹未尽，又来了四川羊肉串。